Yo, so the Georgia Bulldogs have put both of their foots in the TCU. Man, they beat TCU like they stole something. 65-7 was the final of this game, and it was not that entertaining. It wasn't as entertaining as the last two games that we saw with Michigan and TCU and Ohio State and Georgia. Georgia actually arguably should not have been in this game because Ohio State surprisingly played a great game, and it was set up. CJ Stroud, they said CJ wasn't athletic enough. He got them legs moving on the coming down the field and put them in field goal position. And the field goal kicker could not close the game in that situation. And Stetson Bennett did all he could do. I mean, he scored the touchdown with a minute left, But that's why they call it a team sport, because if your team don't come through, you still catch that L. What else can you do? But your defense got to hold up. And I know that coming from Michigan, because my heart was hurt. My heart was hurt, okay? Ringing in my New Year's Eve. I got a birthday about to ring in, and I can't get a win out of my squad, okay? I just can't imagine. Boy, I swear, if I bet on sports, I'll be broke with. I am broke, but regardless, you know what I'm saying. I'll be broker than I am right now. Punk, shut up. Don't judge my wallet, okay? I'm come on and come up, okay? But look, I couldn't get a win out of Michigan, man. They defense, which has been good this year, surprisingly did not hold up at all because but it was a great game. It just was very irritating for Michigan fans because we supposed to win this game. And every time we scored, here comes TCU making some big, huge play. And it'd be something crazy like, oh, he did a check down and dumped it over here. And then my man broke a tackle and he gone. Or he didn't break a tackle. He just was gone. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. It was so many plays like that were non-existent in this college championship game because they could not get any break. They couldn't do nothing on offense to say they life. And they couldn't make a play on defense to say they life. But Georgia definitely showed up for the occasion. They may have, I don't know if I want to say struggled, but it turned into a battle with Ohio State, which, any given Sunday, people were expecting Georgia to put the smash down on Ohio State, especially looking at how Michigan got down on them and how powerful Georgia has been. They almost got took out. They should have been gone. And as well, Michigan should have been won this game as well. But as much as we want to cry about shoulda, woulda, coulda, the bottom line is you lost the game. We lost the game. And something else I want to say about Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh did a terrible job, I believe, in them last minutes managing that game. It was a lot of time where it was like, what is he doing? He's just letting the clock just run and run and run, trying to preserve the timeouts. And I'm like, Jim, what are we doing, bro? We do need to score another touchdown, don't you? We do need some time still left on the clock. You know what I'm saying? So it's stuff like that leaves you wondering. It shows when you come to the coaching decisions in them last minutes of the game, how you play chess with those, out of bound plays and the first downs and getting out of bounds and calling a timeout at the right time and going for it or not going for it. Those things in them type of games, they show up. Unfortunately, we wasn't able to watch that paying out in the national championship game. I feel like we get games like this a lot. I ain't gonna say a lot, but more often than we get great games. When it comes down to the last game that you know what I'm saying? When it comes down to like the Super Bowl or the national championship game, and you like, oh, you just want to see a great game. Like I think back to Tennessee Titans and the Rams. That play, like where it came down to the last, my man catches it, he coming over the middle, it looked like he gonna score, and dude on the Rams makes the greatest tackle you could probably say ever in the NFL. Arguably, you know what I'm saying? But it just didn't look like he was gonna make the tackle. He makes the tackle, and it was just like everybody's heart stopped. Oh my God. I don't believe this just happened. Another game like that. The Tom Brady game with Atlanta Falcons. You just didn't see it happening. And they came back and won that game. Another game like that I'm sorely disappointed that never came out like it was supposed to come out due to a non-call of pass interference on my man Crabtree in the Baltimore Ravens San Francisco 49ers game. You understand what I'm saying? It was a travesty. It would have been the greatest comeback, I believe, in NFL history, definitely in Super Bowl history. But I feel like we get more games like this where it's kind of like blowouts. And, I mean, you watching it, but you ain't really consumed by it. Now, luckily, last week we got two great games in one day. Two great games in one day. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, you got to take them when you can get them. Either way, Georgia did their thing. I mean, they dominated this game, man. Brock Bowers had 7 receptions for 152 yards, averaging 21 a catch with a TD. Bennett, 18 for 25 with 300 yards and 4 TDs. You know what I'm saying? He ran one in. The defense ended up with 5 sacks. And my man, Jay Bullard, ended up with 2 interceptions. Now, listen, I can't keep up with it all. But, I'm just saying, we wish that we had more games that were nail biters and down to the wire in those national championship games, in those Super Bowl games, and, just to give you some entertainment purposes. But sometimes, you watch NBA Finals, somebody gets swept, you'd be like, it was a game. But, you know what I'm saying? You'd be looking for those LeBron moments where LeBron comes back down 3-1 and take over, win everything. You know what I'm saying? You want them type of moments. But, you got to grind to it, man. Got to grind to it. You hope you get the best outcome with the best teams. And I feel like sometimes, like the NBA or Major League Baseball can end up doing this better because it's a series rather than one game. And I mean, but it is what it is. One game, you can be done. That's what makes it even that much more intense. But sometimes you can see it play out fully over a 7-game period because it's like you really testing yourself to see if you can. You allowed some time to battle back on this team. You maybe have a 5-game series or a 7-game series, and you allow yourself to regroup, get it back together. You can have a bad day and then go out and be like, you know what, let me get out here and play like I'm supposed to play. But y'all happy with Georgia? Stetson Bennett going to the NFL draft for sure. This looks like his curtain call. So will they be able to be back? I mean, of course, Georgia is a powerhouse. So who are the usual suspects that's going to be back in the next year? We all were surprised to not see Alabama there. I know I was. But they lost twice, though. But what's going to happen in this next year? How many players are going to be gone and moving on? And how many players are going to be retained? Is Jim Harbaugh moving on? They're talking about Harbaugh getting an offer to go to the Broncos or many other teams that are failing. But, I mean, if I was Harbaugh, I probably would restructure my contract and stay with Michigan rather than go to a failing Broncos team that's got overpaid Russell Wilson at the helm that ain't looking too great. You know what I'm saying? Now, I said that Russell Wilson probably wasn't going to be the piece that was just going to make them a Super Bowl contender or playoff contender like that. Like, I mean, of course, if you can get Russ, you can get him. I get him. But they gave up a lot to get him, and it ain't working out for them. You know what I'm saying? Seattle is now in the playoffs, and they beat out the spot for my Lions, and I'm so hurt about that because my Lions are starting to turn the corner. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm not mad because that grind them out win over Aaron Rodgers and the Packers at the Packers Stadium was proof that the Lions are starting to turn the corner and they starting to learn how to win and they gathering some respect. And I hope that respect can be garnered in this offseason as they go to look for players to add to the roster and draft and Jameson Williams. Like I was hoping they would get him more involved as he got healthy, but I guess he's not 100% or something like that. It doesn't seem that he is because they haven't chosen to go his way at all. But we'll see, man. We'll see how it all shakes out. I'm interested to see how the NFL draft going to go, where Stetson Bennett going to go. CJ Stroud, where he going to go. Some people said he was, CJ probably going to top Texas might take them or something like that. But I was like, yeah, as much junk as they've been talking about CJ, I don't know. I guess I would have thought Stetson would have went before. I don't keep up with college a whole lot, though. There's a lot of teams and moving parts in which ways that I got to be keeping up and watching now. I ain't got time for it, okay? I got other stuff to do, huh? I got to get this paper out here. I still ain't got it, but I'm working on it, though, okay? But, yo, what you think about the national championship game? I think they should expand the college playoff. I think they should expand it to more teams, make it a bigger thing. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me. I would like to see kind of like a 16-team thing go down and then get down to the wire and see some different teams get in there for the national championship. It was good to see TCU, a new team, in there. But, hey, Georgia shuts it down. Let me know what you think. Get at your boy.